One of the things that's often talked about in our industry is productivity. Many times it's communicated as a deposition rate, but this doesn't include time lost, where operators remove the parts or where builds finish in the middle of the night and machines are left idle. The fully automated Metal Fab 1 allows us to talk about metrics such as OEE and uptime that are commonly used in other manufacturing industries. Find out more about how Additive Industries monitor these metrics and why we consider ourselves productivity leaders.
Words such as machine availability and utilization are commonplace in manufacturing industries. Yet still, in additive manufacturing, no common standards exist to describe these important manufacturing metrics. At Additive Industries, high productivity levels need a high availability and high quality. So we use a specification that is taken from the semiconductor industry. Here we see that machine performance is defined by the OEE. The overall equipment effectiveness. OEE reporting is an excellent method to cooperate with the customer to optimize the Metal Fab 1 system performance for the customer's specific product. OEE, as stated by the SEMI E79 standard, is defined as a product of 4 separate components. First being the availability efficiency, being the time the system is in a state it could produce parts. Secondly, it's the operational efficiency, the time the system is indeed printing parts. And third, the rate efficiency, the rate of production speed the system is running at. You can think about tuning the laser power, optimizing the recoder speed, etc. As fourth, the quality efficiency, being the rate of quality of the approved parts. Here, availability and operational efficiency can be measured by defining time buckets as depicted in the following overview. The total time is divided in unscheduled and operational time, where operational time can be divided in time where the system is down for service or the system is up and producing parts. By tracking in which state the machine is at any point in time, a detailed overview can be generated of operational and availability efficiency to the customer.
I am Lisa Leenders, manager of the European Customer Lifecycle Support Team. For our customers that allow us access to the data, we monitor all our machines in the field to see how they are performing. We have many systems and sensors we can monitor to make sure our Metal Fabs 1 are performing as they should. But one of the first things we look at is availability and utilization. Here we see the data for one of our customers. We want our availability to remain as high as possible, but we also look at utilization to understand if we can help in all the areas. In order to make sure any downtime is kept to an absolute minimum, we have a great world-leading customer lifecycle support team. Our global network of centers allows us to provide fast support. As in a production environment, our machines are expected to work all year. Where allowed, we can remote connect to the system and provide support from a distance. We even help our customers to be able to fix problems by themselves.
OEE stands for Operational Equipment Effectiveness, and that's an important metric which characterizes what percentage of time the machine is used towards producing good parts. We continuously measure key aspects of OEE, and that helps us have a constructive discussion with our customers to see where we need to improve or how we can help them further boost their productivity. Occasionally it happens that we see that the system has been less productive than we would expect, and then we can proactively call the customer to find out what the causes are or why the system was less productive.
Designing a machine for high productivity is not just about adding more lasers and increasing laser powers. It's about how well the system is capable of handling those increased powers in order to create perfect parts over and over again. One example is the condensate removal. By installing more lasers, more condensate will be generated per unit time. This needs to be removed in an efficient way in order to provide proper process quality. Another important aspect is the thermal design of the machine. Due to the nature of the laser powder bed fusion process, a lot of the laser light is reflected from the powder bed, causing heating up of the built environment. The Metal Fab has been designed to cope with this heat load and maintain process stability over time. This is done by the application of design principles such as the use of thermal centers and kinematic mounts.
To bring additive manufacturing into reality, a positive business case is key. And to support our customers to get insights in this business case, we have developed an extensive business case calculation model. This model incorporates all the elements, all the factors driving the costs for AM. It starts with the cost drivers, things like labor, consumables, investments, amortization, but also on the other side the capacity drivers, which are, for example, the build plate loading, the build time per part, the amount of hours the system can produce. So in taking all those elements into account, we can per case can calculate the cost price per part. This is the standard point, this is the beginning point for the discussion with our customer and to see how we can bring his additive manufacturing application into a positive business.
As well as being able to queue a series of jobs that lead to an autonomous mode, it is also possible to operate and monitor the MetaFab 1 remotely. For remote monitoring and operation, you can sit behind your desk and log into your MetaFab 1. On my screen you can see the HMI of the MetaFab 1. From this remote HMI, I can load and remove platforms and completely operate the MetaFab 1 as I would stood behind it. This really helps keep utilization of the machine high, for example with managing the job queue as priorities change or when access to the building may be limited.
Many of us have been working from home during this pandemic, and that's helped us all to realise that productivity is as much about focus as it is about anything else. And that's why it's important to have partnerships, and for us our partnership with Additive Industries is a way of helping us to focus on our core business while working with them in areas where they can help us to solve our customers' problems. And that for me is a big factor in our productivity at AppWorks.
At Additive Industries, we are constantly challenging ourselves how to make AM more mainstream. And we believe that through making AM a truly production-ready technology, we can achieve this. Next week, find out more about how our global process and application development team help our customers.